Gone are the simple games with simple graphics and simple controls. The video game industry has came a long way from the days of Tetris, Pong, and Pac-Man. Games first created as a pastime for children have now developed into an art form of their own. While it can't be denied the iconic nature of the development of games, people do deny that video games should be considered an art. In a recent critique of popular games like Flower and Braid, legendary film critic Roger Ebert wrote, and quote, "They are, I regret to say, pathetic. I repeat, no one in or out of the field has ever been able to cite a game worthy of comparison with the great poets, filmmakers, novelists, and poems." What do you think? First, let's analyze what exactly is art. Is it only a form of self-expression? Is it something that is only visual, excluding audio works? Philosopher Morris Weitz gives a valid reason as to why there can never be an actual definition for the term art. Theorists have attempted in the past to create guidelines for what is truly considered to be art. But can you really conceive the concept of art as closed when its very use reveals and demands its openness in interpretation? Art as a concept is too broad for it to be labeled with one set of logics. So then what makes films or music an art form and not video games? Well, let's look at some video games and you determine if they should be considered art. Mass Effect 2 is a game that was released in 2010 for the Xbox 360 and PC. This game tells the story of an elite soldier who must gain the trust of his crew members to save humanity from extinction. This game has the ability to present a personal face on the tragedy of violence by forging a bond between players and the characters they control with solid writing and presentation, same as any film or novel. The difference, however, is how it uses its interactivity as a tool to strengthen that bond and elicit a more intense reaction from players. As players control the main character, they are faced with decisions that can impact the outcome of the game, giving the experience of a non-linear story structure. Emotions that range from excitement to rage are often elicited as players realize the magnitude of their decisions, which could fracture your team, compromise their mission, and even have long-term effects on the galaxy. Isn't art supposed to create these types of emotions in its audience? BioShock Infinite has a story as multi-layered and complex as The Matrix, or a Jackson Pollock painting. Visually, the game looks stunning, from the atmospheric perspective of the grand city of Columbia to the details shown in the characters' faces. BioShock Infinite predates the events that took place in the first video game and explores subjects like utopian societies, scientific advances, the importance of free will, exploitation of power, and the corruptibility of government. The ingenuity that ties this game. What makes this game art-worthy is its thought-provoking ability to deliver an experience what could be told in a film, book, or through a painting. Last but not least, let's explore The Last of Us. This game tells an emotional story of a man and a young girl as they struggle to survive the apocalypse. It is an emotional roller coaster that has most likely caused players to shed tears at its peaks. The score also adds to the emotional intensity with wonderful performances by Gustavo Santaolalla. But most incredible are the actors that pour their all into every scene. In this scene, the main character Joel has desperately tried to save his family during the initial outbreak of the infectious disease.
no. Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me, I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby, I know it hurts. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby, I know. Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no, please. Please.
And yes, these are real actors in motion capture suits, not just computer-generated characters. Throughout the game, Joel's actions forces the player to question their own morality while rooting for him to succeed at the same time. This game puts player in the shoes of Joel to ask themselves, what would you do in this situation? How far can your morality be stretched in a time of survival? Making the audience feel something and think about the world in a new way, from a new perspective, or a broader view, is what artistic endeavors have been about since the beginning of time. These games do just that by putting players in situations that we most likely will never encounter, and uses its interactive nature to connect with its audience in a way impossible in any other form of media. Visual artists, environmental artists, concept artists, character artists, and other various types of artists have poured all of their efforts and talents in creating these pieces of works, but Roger Ebert feels that they are beneath his notice. Do you agree or disagree? Or do you think we need to be more secured as gamers and developers, enough in our artistic ability to not seek validation from creatives, not even in our own field, to tell us what we are doing is worthy of notice?